How's it going, everybody? It's PJ for Pete_J on Bluetooth. Pete_J on YouTube and PJ Play on Twitch. We're back to playing Mechanic Simulator. It's been some time. We've taken a little R&R, and now we're back. When we left off, we were working with the Hawker Hurricane. We had just taken that on. We had started with the Tiger Moth. We did the Spitfire, we did the Mosquito, and now we've moved on to the Hawker Hurricane. Once we're done with the Hurricane, we'll move on to the Bristol Blenheim, which looks like maybe it's a bomber. Could be a bomber. And then obviously the Vickers Wellington, which is definitely a bomber. And then as far as that goes, that seems to be it. Chapter 3, there are no planes, so we'll have to wait and see. I have not heard anything about them working on this title any longer, so I'm not going to hold my breath. I kind of hope, I had an idea that wouldn't it be cool though if maybe Chapter 3, rather than being in a field, you could be on an aircraft carrier, and then you had to do repairs on an aircraft carrier. That would be kind of cool. Anyway, so that's where we're at. We're on the Hawker Hurricane, and we're going to continue our game. Let's just start at 100 hours in the hangar. Should we start in the hangar or the airfield? Let's start in the airfield. All right, yeah, so we've taken some time off. I keep trying to get back into it, and it's like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm doing this today. I'm going to do this. And everybody's like, yeah, okay, yeah, definitely. And then the entire world falls down around your ears. You're like, I can't get to it. I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing in the world. It's almost like you start feeling like maybe there's a conspiracy theory out there or something. You know what I mean? It just completely designed to undermine you, but we'll do what we do, right? And we're gonna keep working. So the Hawker Hurricane, like I said, we just got it when we left off. So this is order number 07565, the Hawker Hurricane, serial number B-2030. This is an untimed mission. Our new pilot's name is Walter Brown, and we are, of course, PJ. Time for a routine inspection: fill with fuel, replace the coolant, and add oil. So we have to refuel the aircraft, refill the coolant, and refill the oil. I'm going to drag this if I can get a hold of it. Yeah, that seems to be it. So that's not difficult at all. Okay, we can do that. Let's start with the gas. I always like to start with the fuel because then we can release this to the rest of the squad, and it's not sitting here waiting for us. So the first, is that on the wing or is that on the? No, yeah, no, it is. It's on the right wing. All right, so the first fuel tank is on the right wing. We're gonna go ahead and fill that up. Fuel service. That doesn't need too much, but we'll fill it. All right. So, yeah, we got a hold of the Hawker Hurricane just toward the end, and it was. I'm going to be honest with you. I was a little let down because the Hawker Hurricane, just like the Havilland Mosquito and the Spitfire before that, they all run on the Mercedes-Benz Merlin engine. So it's the same engine. we're doing the same thing over and over again. So I'm kind of hoping the Hurricane goes by relatively quickly, so that we can move on to the next plane, which will have hopefully a different engine. I'm pretty sure it will. I think the Hawker Hurricane's the last one with the Mercedes engine. I can't say Mercedes because, Mercedes may have made other plane engines, but it will be the last one with the Merlin. Let's hope, because we've kind of, like I said, between the Spitfire, the Havilland Mosquito, and now the Hurricane, we've kind of done everything. We've changed the oil, we've filled the fuel tanks, we've done all of that stuff. Well, and that's hard because you're still going to refill the oil and refuel the fuel tanks in new ones, but it's a little different, right? I mean, at least it's a different looking engine and different layout. I mean, I guess that's the whole thing. The layouts are all the same. So you get to a certain point where you're like, okay, I just would like a different layout. I think it's got a little bit of something to do with the challenge too. When you've done something over and over and over again to the point where it's almost second nature, you're kind of like, just give me something else. I just want another challenge if I can get it. I think we want this, right? Yeah, we want that. Raise the ladder. We're gonna come over here and we'll put that there. We're gonna go up the ladder. Where is the really a coolant on the other side? No, I'm not seeing one. Here you go. Talking about challenge, we got a challenge. Look at that. Is that door? That's the fuel cap. There's usually a door. And again, the Merlin engine, the Mercedes-Benz Merlin engine, the coolant is up here in the front, right behind the prop. Usually. And it's not there now. So it's back here. Right? No. Right there. Not there now. So, okay, so it is different. Okay. See, Pete, you're getting all torqued out of shape for absolutely no reason. Okay, so where's the coolant? This is the fuel cap. There's the coolant access door. Okay. I want to do... No. I don't want to do that. I want to go... How do I get to... Reassemble... Oh, that's the numbers. Okay, 3, 2... There we go. We want to put this back in. Because we found the coolant door. It is back here. So here's me waxing philosophical about how easy everything is, and then I'm like, well, it's not that easy actually. So we're going to grab this, and we're going to take it around to the other side. Put this here. We're going to go up, and then it's this second door. Actually, it's marked right there, coolant. Coolant door. So that's what we want. We want to pull this off, so that's one. We got 2 bolts, and then we're gonna let's wait. Let's grab. Oh, I keep doing that. We don't have to do that. It's the right mouse button, Pete. Just hit the right mouse button, and you'll detach. We need to find coolant. Here it is. Coolant. Thank you. Now we'll head over and up. I'm hooked up on the wing. Up. And now they do not stand, right? All right, it won't let me take that off. I have to put that there. Maybe I do have to. I thought it was on the last one. We had to take the. We took the cap off at the same time. Okay, so there's the cap. Now the cap is gone. Now I detach and I go down here and I pick up the coolant. And I go up the ladder. And I go here. And pour coolant. Okay, that was kind of strange. That was a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little weird. All right. We're gonna need another one. Okay. So right mouse button, that will detach. I'm gonna put this over here for the garbage guys. Boink. Drop that right there. That's fine. Boink. Boink. Pick up another one. Conservation of movement. We're gonna go back over here. Back up we go. I think we have to get off, right? But there we go. It's kind of it's a little finicky. I'll tell you the honest truth. It's a little finicky. I want to grab this better. All right, so we want to get. I try to get to the middle, so not all the way up to max because you can overfill it. But oh, I'm pretty close here. Okay, so we're going to detach. And we're gonna, nope, I didn't wanna, we're gonna detach. We didn't want to do that. What we want to do is, can it do number 2? We can't do number 2. Now while I'm holding the coolant. Okay, so we'll put the coolant down over here. There you go. Now, let's see here. We're going back up. Coolant tank cap. Click. That was on. Yeah, that's the other thing about taking some time off is you start getting a little cocky because you get very comfortable with the controls and everything, you know, and so things start to come pretty easily and whatnot. Then you take some time off and you forget how the controls work. And where do I want to go? There's just this pad here, so I'm figuring there's only one pad. Okay, so taking some time off, and all of a sudden it's like starting the game all over again. You got to try to figure out. All right, so there's the oil. Oops, sorry. Oil, air. I can't read it. But anyway, so that's where that goes, which is relatively simple. Doesn't require much from us. Oh, okay. And again, I don't try to get to the max because there you can possibly overfill. I remember that, and then you kind of get penalized for that. But you also don't want just the minimum. So if we can try to shoot for a mid-ground between the two. Wow, this is going to take a while to fill, huh? I thought with these small spaces it would fill relatively quickly, but you can see it's really kind of going slow. But I'm figuring that once we start to get here, that's where it'll speed up. So we'll really have to sit on the controls at that point. All right, so here we go. Yeah, so slight variations, you know, which is cool. Like I say, it's not as monotonous as I thought it was going to be. That should fall. Yeah, that's filled that up there. We're starting to come up that pipe. Here we go. Yeah, it's going to start moving quicker now, huh? I'm going to ride it a little bit. I can't see the line. I guess it's not coming up as fast as I thought it was going to. Yeah, it's there. I can't really see it. Maybe y'all got better eyes than I do. But I'm not going to risk it. So we're going to go here, space. We're going to pull the hose out, and you can go back to where you belong. You want to go back where you belong? Put the oil pan back. Okay. All right. So, folks, grab that ladder. I always like to do this too. Is try to at the end of each mission, try to find a good F12 that. Okay. Let's take a look. So refuel the aircraft, check. Refill with coolant, check. Refill the oil, check. Let's go ahead and sign off on that. Check. 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 Perfect job. All right. So that's it. We still get merit points, but as you can see, it actually stopped at 3,500. We've unlocked all of the attributes. Is there a way to see the attributes? I'm not sure. So even though we continue to accumulate merit points, it doesn't really mean anything because we're, you know, we're all the way up. Order number 07590. Walter Brown's still our pilot, so everything is good. We had a little trouble landing. Looks like the left wheel was damaged, and I also saw that there were a few cracks in the cockpit. Oh yeah, replace the batteries in the radio. You got it, Chief. Fix the problem with the left wheel, replace the front windscreen, and the battery in the radio is dead. So let's take care of that. We'll check it out. Yep, good. Okay. The windscreen and the battery I don't think are a big deal. So let's take a look at the left wheel. So if we hit 3, that's our diagnosing, I guess we would say. Yeah, there's the port main wheel is damaged. Okay, do we have anything else we can look at? It does not appear like we can look at anything else. So it's just the wheel. Wait. Yeah, we can't look at that. What if we look at this one? That one's in good shape. Okay. So disengage. We're gonna grab our jack here. Make the lift. We need to get it. Oh, okay. We can jack up the whole. Okay, I'm stuck. What you need to do is crouch, which is C. Hit the C button, get underneath here. Space bar. When you see it light up like that, see we're not. There you go. Now you can hit that C bar, space bar, use the lift. Okay. So we got the wheels off the ground, which allows us now to go to 1, which is disassemble mode. 1 is disassemble, 2 is reassemble, 3 is diagnostic, 4 is anybody's guess. I don't know what it is. There we go. All right, now this is the braking system. I was going to say I should be able to look at the braking system, although maybe it's just the pads. So far the pads look okay. Yeah. And then there's nothing else. Like I say, there's nothing else I can select here. So just the brake pads. Let's go ahead over to hit C to stand up. Let's go to the bench. I don't think I can actually. Am I standing up? Am I shorter than I was before? Because let's go here and can we hit? There we go. Eventually, what I did, there it is. You'll get that to come up. When that comes up, you can hit your space bar. This gives you a list of all the parts that need to be repaired or that you can repair. Obviously, we don't have any, so we cannot fix the tire here. So we're gonna have to requisition a new one. So we'll get over here. Actually, we're gonna need to requisition a new windscreen, I'm betting too. So let's go ahead and see if we can't kill 2 birds with 1 stone. What was the other problem? I can't remember. That was the wrong button. I tend to do that a lot too. I was so happy with myself because I hadn't done it yet. So now here you go. Ooh, yeah, that's a bit UGLY. You ain't got no alibi. Got a hole in it. How do I get the windscreen out? Right? Cockpit door. Place the front windscreen. I'm assuming this is the windscreen, right? Maybe it's not the front windscreen. Top engine cover. What? I'm assuming the windscreen is... That has to be it, right? The top windscreen, because what else would constitute a windscreen? All right, let's disconnect and let's go see. Yeah, nothing. Is there a way to check the inventory? Cockpit door damaged. No. All right, so it does say damaged though. So, okay. So I'm gonna say that's the windscreen. What was the other project we had to do here? Front windscreen, battery and the radio set. Okay, so we may need to requisition a new battery. And where was the radio? I think that's the antenna here, right? And there's a hatch here, radio hatch. There you go. All right, I didn't. Yeah, all right. I'm not doing too bad. We'll pull the radio out. There's the radio battery door, and there's the radio battery. All right, so let's detach by hitting the right mouse button. Let's just double check. I don't think we're going to be able to fix the battery either, right? Yeah, I cannot fix the battery either, so we're going to go back. All three of those things need to get requisitioned. We'll do them all at one time. We got to make sure we get the check mark. If you don't get the check mark, you won't get the part. Part, main wheel, cockpit door, and the radio battery. We have 3 resource points we're using here. Okay. Ugh, jeez. You know, every time you guys do that, I'm surprised you don't break stuff. Why are you here? You need to get gassed up. That's why Pete forgot already. We're going to go to 2. That's reassemble. That one's done. And push that back in. Push it back in. All right then, folks. Radio hatch. And we'll get that buttoned up. Disconnect. Do I need to? I probably need to gas this up, don't I? We're gonna go up. We'll put the got this one done. I should really go around, but I'm gonna cheat. So there's that. We'll disengage. Down we go. Grab the ladder. Get it out of the way. So I broke my own rule. Like I told you, I tend to like to gas up first, but I forgot. Basically, almost every mission you gotta gas up the plane. Put that on there. Get the lug on. Look at that. Look at there. Look at there. We're gonna lower the plane back down. Let's grab our jack and get it out of here. Sandy uppy. And spacebar, right? Spacebar, spacebar. Space. There we go. Sometimes you gotta just spam that spacebar. Alright, so according to the thing, I'm done. It says I'm done. Yeah, these are all locked. Okay. Alright, folks. Way to go. We did it. Got another one in the books. There you go. That's an F-12 right there. If ever I did see one, and I just saw one. So I F-12 to fix the problem with the left wheel. Done. Place the front windscreen. Done. The battery and the radio is dead. Done. Perfect job. We are up to 3,733 merit points. Again, I don't think there's going to be any more promotions for us. Okay, so we have to harmonize the machine guns and refuel the aircraft. Now, harmonizing is tough. This is order number 07624. Still working with pilot Walter Brown. Adjust the sights of all the plane's firing weapons. Also check that there is fuel. Okay. Harmonize the machine guns, refuel the aircraft. I like to refuel first. We all know that. I have never harmonized. This harmonizing was no small feat for my friends. I actually had to look up online by somebody else who was playing to figure it out. So that is a situation where they probably could have done a little bit more as far as I like to call it electronic breadcrumbs to help you figure out what you were supposed to do. I don't remember them doing that, and even then, I think some of the wording was very confusing. So we're going to pull that out. But we got it figured out. Hopefully it's going to work roughly the same because, again, we have been away for quite some time. Fuel tank number 2. So 1 is in the right wing, 2 is in the left wing, and then 3 must be in the fuselage. The fuselage. This gassed up, and we can get this back out and doing what it needs to do for the rest of the squad. We aren't bogarting the thing. Wait, we're off, right? Disconnect. I don't know. I mean, like I did run into a situation where I overfilled one of the oil tanks. and it kind of gave me a hard time about it. Not massive. It just, I think it deducted a few points. I don't think I've ever run into a situation where I've overfilled a gas tank. Obviously, you don't want to do it, but what I'm just saying is I think the game is pretty forgiving as far as that goes. Some of the fluids, anyway, seems to be a little inconsistency on where you get penalized and when you'll get penalized. If you'll excuse me, I gotta just clear my throat. Alright, didn't take long. Now we have to harmonize the machine guns. Where are the machine guns? So here's a machine gun here. Right? That's got some is that it? Just the two? Let's go to 1, which is disassemble mode. There's a gun port patch. Alright, no, there's 4 on each wing. Okay. Disconnect from here. We want to go over here. We're going to do the same thing. Grab the gun port patch so we can see through the ports. Here's our harmonizing board. We're going to install that harmonizing board for us. Now it's there. Okay, so where is our harmonizing board? It's out here in front of this truck. How do I get this truck out of here? Idiots. Now we climb the wing. How do we harmonize these guns, right? Is there a port ammo door? Okay, so here's the port ammo. This is the first time I'm doing this. And we did it before, what was it? It was on the Spitfire. And in the Spitfire, it was very, you know, I mean, everything was kind of clear. This is the first time I'm doing it, and I'm not going to lie, I'm not 100%. So here's our 4 guns right here. All right, so we got to, I don't want to pull it. There's the ammo belt. Breech cover.
No.
Okay, I got to pull the ammo.
No.
Oh, I can't. Ammo box type A. Okay, so, all right. So what we may have to do, can we get underneath and pull the ammo box? What am I hooked on here? Here? Nothing seems to be selectable, so I don't think I can load them from underneath. Okay, so we're gonna disconnect. We gotta get back on top of the wing. And I'm guessing I just have to pull all of this stuff out, right? So there's the ammo belt, but before you gotta remove...
No, sir.
Alright, I gotta remove... Alright, so there?
Nope.
Alright, wait. There's a breech cover. Can I... Alright, so there's that. And then we gotta remove that. And then we've got to go to... No. What do I do for my... How do I get my... Okay. Let's go here. We're gonna pull these... Okay, the port ammo doors are up here. Okay. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing here. Okay, if I pull that, and I pull that, and I pull that, and I pull that, right? So now there's no ammo. Can I... How do I harmonize? What did we do before? Breech cover. How do I harmonize? That's my question. The breech cover. Now there's nothing in there. I want to... How did we do it before? Don't need that. Do I need to pull... Need to pull the ammo belts?
No. No. No.
Remove the ammo belts, right? Alright, now, can I... What do I gotta do to get the 2? No? 1? No. 3. No. Although we can check the machine guns. How do I... In the other one, you would put it into the breech. Okay. 4, 5, 6. Disconnect. And then we come here. What was it? The last time I think we had to be... Oh, to open... Assembly mode. Disassemble mode. Assemble mode? Wait. Click left mouse to mount part. Okay, I've mounted the part. We're in assemble mode. Wait. Yeah, this is tough. Okay. Gun port patch, ammo belt, breech cover, ammo box. Okay. Is there a part that I'm missing? Did I not get a part? Do I need to be on the ground? I think that might have been what the problem was in the last one, right? No, that's not what we wanted. Fudge. I'm not 100% positive what is... Climb the wing. I've done that. Climbed the wing. Harmonize. Okay. All right. A weird deal with... You have to make sure that you're... You climbed on the wing. I don't know where I'm at. Okay, blue. You can see up there, it's faintly highlighted. So if you look at the left side of the white circle, you can see that blue is slightly illuminated, especially when you compare it with the blue on the right side. So that's where we're at. We're on the left side. That's the end of the bar. So we know this is here. Okay, so you just need to make sure that you climb up on the wing. There, we got that one. And not jump up, not, you know what I mean, but you have to make sure that you climb up. Okay, so we're gonna harmonize this one. And this one we're gonna have to pay attention. And then what you do is, right now I'm moving the mouse, which moves the target. To move the barrel, you use the WASD. So we're looking for the first red one. So we just need to get it so we can visualize. Then we want to put our target as close to the center as we possibly can. And Pete's got a bit of a jerk. I noticed I got a little bit of a, there. Okay, now we got that. Take your hand off the mouse, and now we're going to use WASD to try and get the barrel lined up. And once it does, the game will automatically pulls you out. So once you get it there close, you don't have to worry. We're going to go ahead and do this one. But the biggest issue is trying to figure out how to mount the wing so that you can get it done. That's really the biggest holdup. And like I say, so what it is you've got to climb the wing. So making sure you get to a point where you can see that little message, press space to mount to climb the wing, and then do that. Once you do that, then you'll find this stuff. Otherwise, as you saw, you'll pull your hair out trying to figure out what am I supposed to do, because you're on the wing like you're supposed to. Oh, there we go. All right, so this side has now been harmonized. We're very happy about that. That is awesome sauce. We're gonna go ahead and hit the 1 button. Not the one that's disengaged, right? So we're gonna, we're gonna yeah, we're gonna start to rebuild here. Put the ammo box back in. This ammo belt and that. And we are also going to need to load, so we're going to put that ammo belt in, close the breech. We're going to put this ammo belt in and close the breech. We got another ammo belt here and another ammo box there. We're going to put the close the breech. We got one more here, and then we'll reload and drop the breech. All right. Not so bad, right? Had to do a little fishing, but I think we caught our quota on that one. Hey, maybe I'll do some fishing. Okay, so this side is done. We're going to disengage. We're going to drop down. And on this side, I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and look for, there it is, climb the wing space. There we go. And now from this point on, we should be okay. If I hit C, and we're going to do 1 for disassemble mode. And we're going to pull this off. We're going to pull this starboard and this starboard. We're going to go ahead and pull all the ammo boxes. We're going to pull the ammo belts.
No,
yep,
sir.
yep. I said yep, and you do what I tell you. And
Nope.
that goes out. That breech cover. Ammo belt. Now, I probably didn't have to remove all of that, but I did. Nope, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Alright, so we are good, right? And we want to... It's not letting me do it. Well, so all the stuff that I just said I thought we figured out is not now. Okay, ammo belt. Why does it say, oh, we're in that mode? We don't want to be in that mode. That's the other thing too, is which mode? Is it 1 or 2? Definitely not 3. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's get off and see if maybe we need to reapproach. Oh, Harmonize. Okay, I'm gonna hit space. I don't know which one it is, but it's the blue one. For some reason, I'm starting at the blue one. It's as soon as I see the first indication that it recognizes Harmonize, I hit the space right away, so I don't lose it. All right, so we got blue done, and now we're gonna try and harmonize this one. This is the red one. And again, I probably don't have to pull everything out. I probably could have left the ammo belts in there and stuff. Just, you will have to unload the guns, you know, which just basically means taking the ammo out of the breech. But I'm exercising the in for a penny, in for a pound approach, you know. Take care of everything. There we go. Just a little tap. Sometimes, you know, obviously you're not always going to be dead on. So sometimes you'll get close into the area and you may have to just a little tap here, a little tap there on the WASD buttons to get it into the right spot. See? There you go. All right, so we got it. So now we're going to go into 2, which is our reassemble mode. Thank you, sir. May I have another? So we're going to go in here, and like I say, I've hit the 2, so we're going to drop some ammo belts into place, drop some ammo boxes in place. We're going to go ahead and reload, and then drop the breech cover, reload, drop the breech cover, reload, drop the breech, drop the breech, reload, and drop the breech. All right, so we did it. All right, that's. I'll tell you something. That's the harmonizing can be kind of finicky. That's one that's still kind of, you know, it still kind of sends a little bit of a shiver because it can be finicky. There is no doubt about that. And we need to put the gun port tape back on. So we're going to do 2, which is reassemble mode. And there's that gun port patch tape, and we'll put 2. It says it, then it disappears. There you go. Okay. So our inventory is empty. That's another good thing to always check. When you get done with your mission, make sure your inventory is empty, because if you have anything left, then you're not done. Okay, harmonize the machine guns and refuel the aircraft. We did both of those things. I think it's going to be time for another F-12, y'all. F-12, y'all. There she is. Okay, let's go ahead and sign off on that one. All right, so that's done. I think we got enough time for at least one more mission. Perfect job. Thank you very much. We're going on to the next one. And this, of course, will be the big one. Order number 07650. Still working with pilot Walter Brown. Strange noises are coming from the compressor, and there is also a problem with the air tank. We have to replace the oxygen tank and repair the compressor. Okay. So this is a bit of a newer issue. I think we can climb the wing, because I believe the air... No, that wasn't this one. This was... That was, I think that was the Hurricane that had that behind him. That's the radio. That's not it. What about you? Are you, You're not it. I just know you're not it. Okay, you are gonna be it. I'm betting money. You're not it? I would have thought for sure you were it. Assemble, right? I go 3. Actually shows you what's removable by lighting things up. The radio hatch, though. I don't think I can get to the oxygen tanks. I'm assuming the oxygen tanks are in this space here. Right there. Did you see that? It was right on the inside of the radio. They're just the one. Let's check our inventory. Radio hatch. Air bottle is damaged. So yes, that's it. The air bottle is right here, tucked inside the door for the radio. Of the radio hatch, so that is empty back there. I thought it would be back there a little bit more, but no. Actually, I kind of thought it was going to be in here. Oh, gosh, it is where I thought it was. It's behind, it's behind the pilot's seat, but it just seems weird. Okay, so there's that. The other thing we needed to do is we needed to work on the compressor. Now, the compressor on the Merlin engine is top engine cover. Can I don't think I can take that off, so I'm not sure what's in there. So let's see if I recall correctly. There's a compressor on the engine, which I'm assuming is the one they're talking about. It's over here. So if we go, that's the hydraulic pump. There's the air compressor. I want to get in here so I can take the... Is it realistic for me to be able... I mean, with a ratchet, I guess you could get in here and get that out, huh? Alright, let's check the... yeah, we got a top engine cover. Air compressor. So... Actually, what I should be doing... Air bottle's damaged, hydraulic pump is damaged. Okay. What I told you earlier, I did unlock all of the attributes. So I could just do this. And take a look at it. I could also hit my 3 button and just hold, and it will show me You know, rather than guessing, which is what I just did basically. I'm like, well, I'll take it off and I'll look at it in the inventory. You could do this instead, and it might save you a step. But Pete gets overconfident. Likes to think of himself as a guru here. Okay, parts maintenance space. We can fix the air compressor. Hooch. I don't know if you're new to the channel, if you're new to the title, what you do is you have these yellow dots, and you're going to select those yellow dots. And when you do, on this side, the right-hand side, there will be a bar, and that bar will start to move down, and you have to get it into a range in order to make the repair. So let's select this one here. Usually there's 4. This one's got 2 here, 3, 4 there. So is it still 4? Yeah, I think it's still 4. Okay, so we're going to grab this one here. That'll be our first one. Boom. And there's our range. Down at the bottom, the green obviously is where you have to get to. So we're going to click and hold. A bar will start to drop from the top. And again, we have to get it into the green range to make the repair. There we go. One of the attributes I was able to unlock was that the range stays relatively large. When you first start out, they can get pretty small pretty quickly. And each successful repair, as you can see, that range gets smaller and smaller. So it gets a little bit more difficult with each repair. We're at 75% restore status down here in the left-hand corner. You can see that, and that will let you know. All right, so we fully restored that one. Go to escape. We do need, though, a new air bottle, so we'll have to requisition that. And in order to do that, we do that over here. And again, make sure you get that check mark there, otherwise you won't get it. I think it still makes the noise like you got it, but you won't have it. So now we're back here. We're going to hit our 2, which will put us into reassembly. There's our new oxygen tank. And that repair is done. So we'll go back over here to the engine number 9, rolling down Chicago line. There we go. We're going to come here. We're going to grab the ladder because I think it's just better. There we go. Now we put the hydraulic pump back in. And the compressor. There's that. All primary tasks are completed. We'll button this up. So not a bad day, you know, not a bad day for being out of the off the airfield for a while, getting a little R&R. Jump right back in and got things done. That's what you want to do. Whoa! A ladder took off. What do we want to do? We want to go over this way, maybe? That's red. White, that's red, right there. Oh, that stinks. That stinks! We're going to do another F12. Let's get back this way, I think. There you go. F12 that puppy. There you go. Alright. Place the oxygen tanks, repair the air compressor. Let's sign off on that. Oxygen tank check. Repair the compressor check. Save spare parts 1. That was from the repair we did on the workbench. Which is why it's always a good idea at least to check the workbench before you go requisitioning things, because you can always, we got to fix the prop. Okay, order number 07668. Still working with Walter Brown. The previous mechanic completely broken the rotor. Improve its operation, fix the propeller. Well, we got about 10 minutes. Let's see what we can do here. Fix the propeller. Yeah, that looks like a nasty propeller, yo. Let's get our our ladder. And let's get this going. Alright, so we need to, now we'll take the spinner off. Propeller dome. Okay, so let's get the propeller.
No.
Oh, sorry. There is a propeller assembly, blade assembly. That has to come off first, then the dome. Actually, why don't we do, no, Pete, do this.
No.
I know, we're gonna hit this up, and this is our diagnostic, so we'll look at the front plate. That's damaged. Blade assembly is damaged. Blade assembly is bust. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know what did he install this thing backwards? What did he do here?
No.
All right.
No.
Okay, we gotta get the plate off. I didn't check that one. That's okay. Shaft is okay. Oh, that's good. The shaft is okay. And the governor's okay. Okay. So, alright, so, gosh, Pete, quit hitting the left button. It seems to be...
No, sir.
Surface. The rest of this stuff, if we hit our 3, you can see we've tested it. So that's all in good shape. Now, Pete, hit the right button. Disengage. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I really should have hit the mute. Let's go to the workbench and see what we can do here. We don't have anything that we can repair. The spinner, the propeller assembly, propeller dome, and the front plate are all broke. But we cannot repair, non-repairable. Okay, so we're gonna go and requisition some new stuff. We want to get 1 spinner, 7 blade assemblies, 1 dome, and 1 front plate. So that's 10 resource points. I don't know why they kind of track the resource points. I think in real life, maybe, if you're working on planes in this type of situation, maybe you have a limited amount of, excuse me, I'm going to clear my throat again. Maybe you have a, there you go. That's how I sound.
No.
Not the other, shut up. We need to hit 2. That's our reassemble. Maybe you do have a limited amount of requisition points. So maybe it comes into play, but yeah, in the game here, it doesn't seem like it does anything. It might have been something they were planning on adding at some point. But like I say, at this point, a lot of this game, I think, has kind of fallen to the wayside. I'm not sure. I'd love to see it. I have a game called Plane Accident that I thought same thing. I thought it was kind of a dead title, but White Pig Games, who makes Plane Accident, recently releasing some updates to it. So I'm very excited, and I'm playing that again. That's on the channel, so take a look. It's a lot of fun. All right, so fix the propeller, check. Let's sign off on that one. Fix the propeller, perfect job. All right, I love it. We're up to 3,854 merit points out of 3,500. Like I say, I don't think for most of the game you're looking at those because you want you're trying to open your attributes, but once you get them. All right, so when we come back next time, oh God, excuse me. Honestly, I don't know what's going on. Next time when we come back, we're going to be working on order number 07763. Today, when I was taxiing around the runway, I noticed that the plane did not want to brake. The plane stops very slow, and we have to refuel the aircraft. Honestly, we've got 5 minutes. We still got 5 minutes before the hour is up. So let's go ahead and refuel. We'll knock this one out as well. You know, one step closer to the next plane, which I keep forgetting what it is. But we can go ahead and refuel this one. We'll check the brake pads on the both wheels. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be probably, oh, that'll be probably it. Let's see here. Fuel tank number 2. Alright, and refill. Okay. Yeah, not a bad day. I mean, I was expecting to be a lot more, rusty. A lot more rusty? That doesn't sound right in my head. I was expecting to be a lot more rusty than turns out I was. I was actually, kind of like a fish to water, you know? Just got in, and once we started moving, I think things very quickly started to make sense to me again, so. Alright, we'll do that, and that. A little bit of a voice crack there. I'm not sure what's happening with my throat, but something that is not good, my friends. Let's crouch down, get this underneath here. We'll get that in there. Space bar, jack her up. I'm just going to, let's check the wheels as long as we're here. Green. And green, so the wheels are actually okay. Let's pull this port main. And we'll take a look at the brake pads. So we're going to get into 3 here. Damaged. 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 You can still hear that truck driving around. There he goes. That's kind of cool. I don't think I've ever noticed. But it just keeps driving. Okay, we're gonna hit 1. We'll pull these right automatically because we know we're gonna have to do something about these. All right, let's take off over this way now. We're gonna pull this one. Let's check the brakes on this side. That kind of came off pretty quickly. Brake pad. Yep, damaged. Okay, so we're gonna need at least, what are there, 5 on each? So 10 brake pads. Right, damaged. Okay. That'd be 1. We'll just start pulling these. Again, I don't think you can resurface the brake pads, so it's just going to be a requisition. But disconnect by hitting the right mouse button. But again, never shortchange yourself. It doesn't take but a minute to check it out. Hit the escape. And we were right, we can't really resurface. So we have 10 brake pads that we need. Check, that's 10 cost and resource points. Sign off on that, and we'll get this one done as well. So we're gonna click in, we're gonna go here to, oh, I already installed one, I didn't mean to. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's go ahead and put the wheel back on. Let's put the main hub. Oh, that was... brake pad. Actually, can I get closer? Cause I'm happy that I can hit it from there, but yeah, I'm kind of like to get a little closer so I can see what I'm doing. There we go, and we got the timpani of completion, so we know there's no other issues to deal with. We'll hit the right button to disconnect. Let us remove our jack. Plane is ready to rock and or roll at a moment's notice. And you go here, go there. Okay. All right, folks. One more done before we got out of here. Can I jump on that? I can't jump on that. Can I go up this hill? I can't go up that hill. We got maybe more of kind of an action thing happening here. F12 that puppy. There we go. All right, let's hit the escape button and bring up our work order. There she is. Plane stops very slowly. Check. Refuel the aircraft. Perfect job done. And all right. Okay, so this time I'm serious. We're right at 59 minutes, and we're going to end it here. When we come back, we're going to be in the hangar. We're going to work on order number 07838. We're still working with our pilot, Walter Brown. He says, prepare the plane for reconnaissance missions. Check that everything is okay with the engine. So we got to replace the gun camera tape and check all the spark plugs. Is that it? That's okay. All right, I can dig. All right, so come on back next time, and that's what we're going to handle. Until then, thanks for coming back. Hopefully you'll enjoy the series. We'll get back into it, and we'll try to at least get through the last 2 planes before we say goodbye to this one. Until I see you again, be safe, be well, be good, and be back here next time. And maybe bring your galoshes, because it's getting a little wet out here. Until then, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.